You can't complain about policies and figures, and you
off.
not.
She's going off.
Gang.
You going off. I love this. You going off.
Yeah, why are you complaining about something you didn't contribute to stop? Shut up.
Shut up.
I'm gonna get angry. I'm gonna get angry.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Set in Stone. This is the South Got Something to Say series, and I'm super excited because today I have Michaela DeRosier with us today.
What?
Yes! And before we get started, I'm going to read her bio so you guys can know a little bit about her. Michaela DeRosier is a Chicago native and a proud HBCU graduate of the illustrious Alabama State University, where she received a degree in political science with a minor in African American studies. Throughout her years in undergrad, she immersed herself in grassroots movements within Alabama, such as voter restoration work for the formerly incarcerated, campaigns to promote reproductive justice, criminal justice reform, and so much more. Her participation in community advocacy allowed her to cultivate a background in organizing for both electoral and non-electoral issues that spanned over 6 years. Lived experience paired with forward-thinking academia prepared Michaela for her current role as a community organizer for one of the most amazing organizations in the state. So, Michaela.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm so glad to have you here.
I'm happy to be here.
All of your wealth of knowledge that you have, all the wealth of knowledge that you have about just the movement space, the social justice space, African American space. I mean, you minored in African American studies, but you also went to the Alabama State University.
Exactly.
Let me make sure I say the.
And actually, you can add in the illustrious.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like we could really add an
Alabama
adjective.
State.
We could really add an adjective to that. I'm just saying.
Okay. Tell me this: is that something they teach y'all? Because
I think it's a part of like the orientation class that we take. Like you have to add this extravagant adjective.
Like in real life, for real. You for real?
That's what I learned.
Dang, okay.
I don't know if it was in the curriculum, but it's just something that you just kind of pick up on.
Yeah.
Like I don't play about my HBCU at all.
I'm not
never
mad.
have, never will.
Yeah, I'm not mad. That's where you put your money, so you can't play.
Hello?
You can't play.
Hello?
You can't.
Yeah, my mama's
You
money.
can't
That's
play,
what
right? Exactly.
a lot of money went into it. We ain't
Exactly.
gonna never play about Bama State.
Exactly.
Old mother deal.
Oh, see, old mother. See what I mean. See what I mean. Okay. All right. So, tell me this. So you're from Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
How did you find out about Alabama State?
So, long story short, because I could tell my whole life story.
Okay.
I already had a friend that was going to Bama State.
Okay.
We went to high school together, and she graduated a year before me, and she went to Bama State. And she's from Mobile, so she's always had ties to Bama State.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be real, I didn't apply to no other college.
Oh.
It was Bama State or nothing.
When you went, did you know you were going to do political science and
I wanted to do pre-law.
Oh, okay.
Because
okay.
the original goal was I want to be a civil rights attorney.
Okay.
So when I had my friend, I already go to Bama State. I was looking at civil rights anyway. It just all painted the picture of like it makes the most sense. Like Alabama, especially Montgomery, Alabama, is the mecca, in my opinion, of civil rights.
Absolutely.
So it just kind of all aligned for me.
Yeah.
And I'm happy it did because I didn't have no backup. It was plan A or nothing.
Yeah, he was like,
it was
here we go.
YOLO.
For real. So you just said you wanted to be a civil rights attorney. Mm-hmm. What inspired you to want to do that in the beginning?
I've always been interested in like, not law, just politics. Just politics in general. Yeah. I grew up reading the newspaper. I grew up watching the news.
Okay, Grandma.
Like, literally. Literally. I used to be excited if I could watch Good Morning America before school.
I love that.
And this is going to get a little dark, but like the murder of Alton Sterling, like really, I know for a lot of people it was Trayvon Martin.
Yeah.
And I wasn't old enough to like really comprehend. And my mom kind of, I don't want to say she shielded me, but I was young when that happened. I wasn't of the proper mind to really comprehend how serious that was. I know it was serious, but she didn't let me read all the details, But I was old enough when Alton Sterling was murdered, and I was like, oh my gosh, like that just really shook me.
Yep.
And then
and that was in Minneapolis, right?
No.
Where was
Louisiana?
Louisiana, at the gas station.
At the gas station.
Okay.
Quote unquote soliciting.
Yeah. Selling his CDs, right?
Yes.
Yep.
To provide for his children.
Yep.
And in my mind, I'm like, that could easily be my dad or my uncle.
Yep.
I got a lot of uncles. You know what I'm saying? And that really shook me in watching how attorney Benjamin Crump assists families.
Absolutely.
And I was like, okay. I'm seeing how there's a correlation, because when you think about civil rights, you think about like marching and all of like the historic aspect. You don't think about how civil rights and civil rights litigation shows up in this present day. Yeah. So Benjamin Crump kind of opened my eyes to what that looks like in this new day and age of, I guess, like the sanctity and safety of Black people. Yep. I was like, okay, I can get jiggy with this. Yeah. I can align myself with this career path.
Yeah. And so what has, with you going to Alabama State and, getting a degree, I guess, like what have you taken more from that situation and the issues that we have as to why it happened?
Everything is serious.
Yeah, we finna get into it.
Like that's
I tried to clean it up. I tried to.
No, but what like everything is serious. And unfortunately, everything is racist. Mm-hmm. I cannot look at things from an ignorant scope anymore. Mm-hmm. And it makes me sad. Yep. Because I was very blissful when I knew not a lot. Yes.
Very like, we're going to change the world. We are, but like it ain't is.
And then that senior year, and I really even say like my final semester. Mm-hmm. That's when I knew. I was like, ooh. This is kind of deep. Like this is like it changes how you view race relations, and then it changes how you view what you were taught about racism. Mm-hmm. Yep. So that my degree, that was my minor, African American Studies. So that minor, learning that minor on an HBCU campus, coupled with my own lived experience, I'll never be the same.
Yeah. On top of like political science too.
Yes.
Because I feel like people that, this is no offense to anybody that has straight political science major, but I think if you don't have that race piece in there, it's a lot that you can miss, right? Do you think?
I don't think that you should teach political science if you're not learning about race. Ooh. When we're talking about politics, yeah, we are shaking the table, because when you talk about politics, like political science, you're talking about American government. We talk about electoral college, which was based on race. Yep. We cannot teach civics and government without talking about race.
Literally, you can't.
It's can't impossible. Do it. I refuse to do it.
You're doing yourself a disservice if you do it.
Yeah, we're half teaching government. Yeah. No, tell the truth.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So
good evening. 5 minutes in, please.
I know. I'm trying. So what do you, when we talking about race, what is it safe to say slavery was the beginning of all this?
No.
What was?
It was far back. Okay.
Tell us. Come on.
Because this is a thesis that I'm actually working on in my brain. Okay. To get out there. Okay. Shameless plug, I have a Substack.
Oh, yeah, you do. Mac Writes? What is the name of it?
It's Mackie's Thoughts.
Mackie's, yes.
I'm working on being more consistent on there. Yes. So I think before we talk about race, we have to talk about privilege. Mm. So to be racist is to have privilege. Mm-hmm. It started when Spain and Portugal said, we gonna split the world and you can have whatever you find and I can have whatever I find. Yep. They didn't know what race was. They didn't know. Like, they were just like, F it. We're just going to go and conquer. Yep. Even if those people looked like them, they still were on that type of time. Yep. Cool. So that ideology, coupled with, oh, now I feel like I'm superior than you because of my skin tone, because of my phenotype. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I agree.
So then we, centuries later, then we get slavery. And that was just like the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
And that's me, like, keeping it light.
Yeah, yeah.
Keeping it real cute.
Yeah, you are. You keeping it cute. We gotta talk. I mean, how safe are you? I don't care.
I can keep going about it.
Yeah, like I personally, I would like you to.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
There is no limit. Like, there's no limit.
So then we get to slavery, starting roughly 1619 with the Dutch.
Oh, the Dutch. You're right.
You're
right. The Dutch. I always forget about them, though. And I'm only thinking like that is because when I went to South Africa and that whole thing. But come on, keep going. 1619, the Dutch. Okay.
I think we also do ourselves a disservice to, like, limiting race to just, like, black and white. I think we should call out.
Who?
Hello? It was the Dutch. It was the Spaniards. Like, we just can't say, oh, it was white people.
Yep.
It just grew to that massive grouping centuries later. Yep. No, I think we should call out those countries.
Yep.
It's important.
Yep.
Because when we don't, we're erasing and we're, like, subconsciously becoming revisionists.
Yep, we are.
No, it's 1619
the
with the Dutch.
The Dutch. That word for real. It was the Dutch.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
And then that's when, we get the we're past the transatlantic slave trade. Then we get to, like, the racial apartheid and like Jim Crow and all of that. And it's but it starts with privilege.
Yep.
And then we can't talk about racism. Racism is so primitive because when we talk about it and put an emphasis on racism, we're doing a disservice to texturism and colorism and all of these other isms that it has birthed.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about race.
Yeah.
I want to talk about elitism, classism, texturism. Again, like, things that have been, like, the love children of race.
Yeah, yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
So my next question, I'm glad we talking about race, but I want to talk about misogyny.
Oh. Together.
The same time.
This emoji. You can't look, race and misogyny. They're 2 peas in a pod.
2 peas in a pod. So I want to talk about how do you see that misogyny playing a role into how race came about, or you know what I'm saying?
Okay. I wrote a paper in undergrad, one of my final papers. And it was about the second wave of feminism, womanism.
Yes.
The title of the paper is Second Wave Feminism and why it was important for the sustenance of Black women.
Right. Wait, for the people, can you explain second wave feminism? A lot of people don't even know it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 wave. Is it 4 waves? Are we on the 4th wave?
We are supposed to be, allegedly.
So allegedly. We're going to see November 5th.
I'm actually ready for 5th wave feminism, but that's a conversation
whoa. I ain't even got, what you mean 5th? What's the 5th?
It hasn't started yet.
Oh, so you saying you ready for the 5th?
I'm ready for us to come in community.
Yeah.
Past this era that we're in to, like, really unveil
the 5th?
The 5th wave. Like, I want to be a part of ushering in the 5th wave, basically.
I feel you. Yeah.
Okay. But to your point about second wave feminism, womanism, a term coined in the 1980s, I guess what is the reaction of Black women and women of color being left out of the initial wave of feminism that predominantly catered to white women.
Susan B. Anthony. And I'm going to need y'all to really stop putting I voted stickers on her graveyard because...
She would have spat on me.
She would have
spat on me.
Kicked me in my stomach and watched me roll on the ground or whatever.
Go find Sojourner's Truth.
Yeah. That's who you should be putting the I voted stickers on.
You know what I'm saying?
Because if Susan knew that a Black woman was running for office...
She'd jump off a cliff. Why are you laughing?
You're not lying.
She'd be pissed.
Yeah, she'd be pissed, for real.
But I didn't have to. I chose a book authored by Angela Davis, Women, Race, and Class.
Yes.
And it just really touches on the intersectionality. And the within the first, I think, 10 or 15 pages in the book, Angela addresses the fact that women and men slaves were treated the same and were expected to yield the same amount of cotton.
Yep.
There was no gender assignment. So, to answer your question, which I forgot, but we talking about
how does misogyny and race intersectionality,
yeah, it's an interchangeable form of oppression, because if I were white, you couldn't be racist to me, so your second next best option is for you to be misogynistic.
Absolutely. Yep.
And that's expected. That's expected.
Yep.
And I think we, I don't even want to say everything is misogynistic, but everything is created in the lens for white men.
I think so.
And there is certain exceptions for white women.
Yes, I think a lot of things are created with white men in mind first and nobody else.
Yeah. So it's an interchangeable form of oppression.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought up that white man piece, because I was going to talk about affirmative action.
Hit me.
Affirmative action, it's really been villainized into
it was for the blacks.
Yeah, it was for the blacks. But y'all still not getting accepted into school. So, can you tell me how you feel about that in comparison? I mean, not in comparison, but along with the conversation we're having about race and misogyny.
It was all a lie. I feel like that meme. It was all a lie. It was all a lie. It was. My favorite form of validation these days is when something that is meant to harm a specific marginalized group actually does the complete inverse.
Yes.
And now everybody is shocked and appalled.
Yes.
Because then it really shows that y'all don't know what y'all are advocating for.
No,
and you're not mad that this thing exists. You're mad that you can't solely benefit from it.
Yeah. But it was the only reason it was put in place was because y'all refused to be on the other side of it. You know what I'm saying? There was a refusal of not allowing people to be entered into schools. And so now you're mad because this is set in place from the thing that y'all started in the first place?
And now, instead of you standing in solidarity with black folks as a marginalized person, you decided that we should have nothing.
Yeah. But what really upsets me about that is I think, and obviously I know there are different types of Asians, but if I'm not mistaken, these people were from California, right? I don't remember.
I don't want to be misquoted, but I'm also thinking that they were from California.
And I believe they were Japanese specific.
I don't know about that.
Don't know about that? Okay. Well, what I find to be a lot of, from what seemed to be from the Asian community was, just a lot of backlash. And how, to your point, if they should have stood in solidarity with black folks, I think they forget about the internment camps that the U.S. put on them during Pearl Harbor. Place people in internment camps, and they forget that they are also marginalized, and you're not as close to whiteness as you think you are.
In a quick research of affirmative action history, or the bills and laws and the acts that have been passed, and who they affect. I mean, you could just look up the census data. You can look up the enrollment data. You can sit and you can crunch the numbers. We can't talk about data-driven initiatives and we're not citing data, because had that young man cited the data,
he cited the data, you right.
And now what we're seeing new data that your people ain't even getting accepted.
People not even getting accepted
after all of that,
all that noise,
after all of the strife, mind you. And I'm on the side of this. Even if I was getting a red carpet service into the Ivy Leagues just off me being black, is it not deserved?
It's deserved.
Is it not earned?
Did black people not build y'all schools? Oh.
Now it's crickets.
Oh, man.
For every black person that built this campus, I think a black person should be admitted.
It literally.
And if I could prove I got lineage to somebody that put this campus together,
okay,
full ride me.
Okay. What about the roads? To even get to the school?
Or what about the people?
Black folks is building that.
Or what about the people that were enslaved to the folks that ran said campuses?
Oh, facts.
Provosts and trustees.
Yep.
And presidents and all of those things.
Because where that money come from?
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I'm. Is it not earned? And I think that now, segueing into the calls for reparations. Why y'all think we only want it in cash?
Yeah, facts. Why do y'all think we only want it in cash? One of Martin Luther King's last speeches that he gave, I do not remember where it was, but he said that after we get our voting rights, we coming for a check. And he went wrong. He said, he said a mule and an acre. Is that what it is? A mule and an acre?
40 acres and a mule.
40 acres and a mule. He said 40 acres and a mule and a check.
I'm not a land type of girl. I wouldn't want the 40 acres. I would much rather sub that.
Ooh, for what?
Oh, if I could go to like John Marshall or George, what is it? Georgetown, for free.
For free, yeah, absolutely.
Little penthouse in DC.
I like that. Kind of like what happened with Rudy.
Yeah. If y'all could garnish, if y'all could liquidate somebody out of a space and give it to me, yes. Yes. I don't want it in a form of a cash check. I want it in status that was stifled from me. I want it, I want my fair share in space in society. I don't want to have to work twice as hard anymore. Actually, I want you to give me twice as much. Yeah. Again, but we want race and misogyny.
Yeah. Since we brought up reparations, though, do you think we'll ever get any kind of form of reparations?
I almost cursed.
I read your face.
I think it depends.
What does it depend on?
Oh, Congress. And that's if we could ever get the two chambers to be Democratic.
I don't know.
I think it depends on Congress. I think it depends on the president. I think it depends. And I'll even say this. I do not think that African Americans, Black Americans, are getting reparations solely as Black Americans. I think it's going to be like when we... And I hate to say this, but this is, again, coming from the background that I've had. It would have to be like a mass group thing.
Yeah.
Like, it wouldn't just be, this is for Black Americans. Okay, this is for Black Americans. This is for Native Americans.
Wait, you think you think they'll do the 1/16 rule? If you got 1/16 Black in you get reparations?
I'm saying it'll be this group apology. Instead of this being solely catered to Black folks, well, since we wronged Black people and the Asian people with the internment camps, and we wronged the Native Americans by taking their land, we're just going to give all y'all reparations. Which means what? It's going to look totally different. It's going to, like, that whole 40 acres and a mule thing is going to be, like, ancient terminology.
Yeah.
And which means what? The impact is not going to be what it needs to be.
Dang. I like how you think. I like that.
I think America is too prideful to ever be like, you know what, we wronged y'all and we've stifled y'all. We can't even get the Voting Rights Act passed. And I really do think it is because it is authored by Black people.
That is literally like the craziest thing to me right now. And it's being lobbied
by Black people.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's...
Because let it be white felons.
Doing all that? Oh, it'll be passed. Because it's one thing...
Let it be a community action, and this is no shade. This is no shade.
Yeah,
I'm not saying this in a shady way, but I'm saying that we're going to talk about race and intersectionality. We have to talk about it in the inverse as well. That even though you are marginalized, if you are white, you still have that privilege to fall back on.
Facts. And I thought of another group, LGBTQIA+ group too. How they got a lot of rights fully done before Black folks could.
And I have a take on that. I have a very it's unpopular.
You want to share?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a trick as old as time of like that's a distraction.
Oh, absolutely.
They did that to make us fight each other.
Yep.
Because America is too prideful to say we have harmed and stifled and completely diminished Black people.
Yep.
And the thing about it, the thing that pisses me off is that it's looked different and it's been reimagined in every time period.
Yep.
From 1619 to 2024, y'all have found imaginative ways to really I mean,
you're not lying. You're not lying.
Yeah. So then, and when people are like, "Well, they got rights before us," that's a quick fix. That's a quick fix because that's a modern day problem. Mm-hmm. The issues that Black Americans face is not a modern day problem.
Yeah.
And it's gonna work, but I'm happy you gave me this platform because I'm gonna really speak my truth. To really resolve what America has done to Black folks, we are not going to need a modern day solution.
Facts.
You want to know what my solution is?
What's your solution? We
need to amend the United States Constitution.
Absolutely.
Specifically, we need to remove the 13th Amendment.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But are we ever going to get a Congress to do that, though? I really agree. I really agree with you that the U.S. Constitution needs to be amended.
Fifth wave feminism
is a way to do that.
Yes.
Dang. I like how you think.
I don't want no act. I don't want no bill. I don't want nothing like that. I want y'all to amend the Constitution. That's what I want.
Amend the Constitution.
And I actually want it to be over. I want the oversight to be an international court.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't trust the federal government to
absolutely.
Checks and balances on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I trust the federal government to have checks and balances on states, but I don't trust the federal government to have checks and balances on itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want no modern day solution. Like being and this is not me trying to erase queer history because I mean queer folks have been around for a long time.
Yep.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that the disenfranchisement and the discrimination they experience today is modern day problem, which requires a modern day solution. The type of stuff we're getting hit with like hard ER like it's the 60s.
Yeah.
Scrolling on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Elon is like 5 characters away.
Yeah.
I know it's drafted.
Yeah,
I know he has the NIGG drafted. He's waiting for the ER. Like, you know what I'm saying?
He waiting.
Yeah. I'm in the Constitution.
He waiting.
And actually, life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. I want the preambles. I want the Declaration of Independence. The whole thing.
With the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, which we don't do, promote tranquility. We don't do that.
I want the whole
We don't
thing.
do any of those things. I ain't go. Wait, let me say we don't do any of those things. We're not held accountable to do those things.
We're not held accountable.
Yeah.
And those the things that are listed in those documents benefit white men, specifically land owning white men. They didn't even have the audacity to amend it for the white women. And y'all should be equally pissed.
Yeah, literally. They should be equally pissed. Because the white men came home to the white women. And they
y'all should be pissed.
Ain't even thought about them when they was creating these laws. They was just thinking about, oh, this is what I want.
Yeah. They was signing them documents and going back and being husbands.
That's it.
And didn't even think to put
their kids, their wife. Maybe my wife should be at the table.
They didn't even think about the pronoun or what is it? I don't even think it's a pronoun. They didn't even think about putting woman. They just put men. All throughout them documents.
Dang. Okay, you brought up a point earlier, which I want to touch on about not allowing. I think it was something about women. Obviously, them not including women. Mm-hmm. Shirley Chisholm came to my mind. Love Shirley. Mm-hmm. And
who doesn't?
Right, and how it was men who didn't support her when she ran for president.
I know where this is going. I'm gonna let you cook though. I'm gonna let you finish.
You let me cook. So with the new wave of feminism, and we got a new candidate for president, Kamala Harris. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts? Let me cook.
Sous chef over here. About to cook. It's just history repeating itself. Mm-hmm. I think I'm choosing my words because I don't want this to come like from an overly personal space. But I don't think I could talk about a black woman running for president coming from a poli-sci background who eventually wants to run for office one day.
Oh, I gotta talk about
that too. It hurts to see because this is not a call out. If there are any black men that are going to watch this, this is a call in. But if you piss me off, I will call you out on it. But this is a call in before it's a call out.
I like that. It's a call in.
It hurts because we're expected to be in community around y'all and around y'all's issues, even though patriarchy is something that you can always fall back on. Mm-hmm. The same way you can always fall back on misogyny to oppress me. You can always fall back on patriarchy to uplift you. Okay? And it just hurts. It stings a little bit.
Yeah.
Because she is qualified.
More than qualified.
She's qualified.
What's her track? DA? AG?
She's the
Senator?
only candidate that has
Vice
experience in all three branches of government.
That's a cold woman right there.
All three branches. And for some people, I know that's probably going to sound like nothing, but just quick civics. The three branches of government are very separated. It's not just this one lumpy bowl of soup and like you just, no, they're meant to be distinctive. They're meant to be kept separate. That's how checks and balances are able to properly check and balance.
Yeah.
So for her to have experience in all three branches, which means that she knows that if she puts her signature on something or if the chambers of Congress propose something, like she's... I mean, for goodness sake, she presided over the Senate.
Literally.
Like, I'm just...
Literally.
I'm at my wit's end.
Yeah.
I'm at my wit's end. And there... in a world that is based on patriarchy, how much more do you need?
How much more do you need?
And that's for any race.
How much more do you need?
In a world that is rooted in patriarchal rule,
how much
more do you need?
I agree. It's very sad to hear black men. I like your call in. This is a call in to the black men. It's very sad to hear them say when I've asked a few black men, you know, like, what is it that you don't? They're like, well, what's she gonna do for black men? Somebody told me she need to do something about child support. Child support?
I have the quickest fix. I heard the operation is only 15 minutes.
Child support is crazy.
I have the quickest fix.
But child support. So what are just some other things that you've heard black men say as to why they would not support her? Please share.
The child support thing, whenever having that conversation, I had to log out the socials for today because it's so unserious. Because that's a self-inflicted problem.
Literally, take care of your child or not.
Or don't have them.
Don't be hopping from woman to woman. You won't have no problems.
I've heard that she slept her way to the top. Which is kind of crazy because I'm like...
Slept her way to the top. Come on.
Y'all don't know how this works. But see, that like...
For black women, that is not a thing. That's not a thing.
Oh, my goodness. Oh my gosh. Like that is a privilege that we don't have.
We can't do that.
That does not exist for black women. And especially in this space.
No. And especially in this space.
This ain't no like rap world. This ain't like I'm going from video vixen to head rapper.
Right. This is not exactly.
I'm first lady of the label.
This is not that. Oh my gosh, you were so right. This is not that. This is not that.
Y'all treating this like this love and hip hop.
Literally.
This is real. This is American policy.
Literally. Where white men are everywhere. They're running amok.
I've heard that she slept her way to the top. I've heard that she's just not qualified. I've heard that she didn't do enough as a vice president. I've heard so much.
So not doing enough as a vice president. I mean, you're there to support the president. Okay, yeah. I don't know what.
Whatever he say go.
Yeah, they said she didn't do enough as vice president. That's what they said.
You can have a few initiatives, but I also, okay. I'm happy that we're talking about this because I really think it's important that we highlight that the purpose of the vice president in the grand scheme of things is to be and do what the president cannot.
Yep.
You are not your own person.
Nope.
You are not your own entity.
Right.
Everything you do is in support of the president.
Yep. Every time.
You don't even get the name of your own jet. You get Air Force 2. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You don't even get, it's Air Force 1?
Air Force
2. You don't, the only like singular thing that you're allowed to do outside of being the president step in is presiding over the Senate.
Yeah. But that's.
And they pretty much operate over themselves. You know?
Pretty much. Yep. Yep.
You're just there to make sure they don't insult each other, and that still happens. So, yeah. So I don't understand that but people don't know stuff.
Yeah, they don't know. I can't believe they said that vice president shouldn't do nothing. It's like, what are you expecting the vice president to do? Okay. Well, what else did you hear? Was that it?
Mm-hmm. Those are the most common things. BS.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I would just much rather y'all say, I don't think a woman can be president.
That's much better. That's so much better. Just say that.
Because if you say that, I won't even engage in the conversation of like trying to pick your brain. There's no brain to pick once you say that.
It's no brain to pick.
Now we know.
Literally. But you know, it's so crazy for them to say that because it's like a woman ran your house, your mom.
A woman ran your school district, and that's why you have. Well, let me not even say a woman ran your school district. A woman ran your school. When I think about all of the teachers and the principals,
they were women. There are way more women teachers than male teachers.
When I think about
so much more, you're so right. You're so right.
When I think about,
you're so right. That just blew my mind.
Like let's just even take it out of the personal context. When I think about the people that run school kitchens, when I think about the people that cross the kids to get to school,
women. Oh my gosh. You're blowing my mind. Women. You're right. I didn't have my elementary. I had no male teachers.
I'm actually going through I got my first male teacher when I was in 6th grade. And that was a very hard time for me because hormonal 6th grader, and I didn't grow up. At that time, my dad was not in my life. Oh, I gave that man a run for his money. You can't tell me what to do. Like, just all sassy and attitude. But throughout my whole life, I had women teachers.
I did too, yeah. I had a math teacher, 7th grade. He was a man. A chemistry teacher. Actually, he was not my teacher. I just used to go in that class and skip my other class. Sorry, Mom.
My bad.
Right, my bad. And then 10th grade, I did have an actual chemistry teacher that was a male. 11th grade, I think my calculus teacher was a male. But that's, 4 teachers? Like, out of my entire elementary, middle school, high school time. Mm-hmm. Wait, I did my AP history teacher. Mr. Crampton, yeah, okay. Shout out to him. I don't know where he at, but I like him. So 5. But that still don't compare to that doesn't compare.
All the years of school?
All the years of school, I've only had 5 teachers, 5 male teachers. Wait, I'm really trying to think. I had a football coach as a teacher for my typing class or something. I don't know, but it does no shade to football coaches, but like we know y'all are there to like fill the gaps, like
babysitters.
Yeah, y'all are babysitters. Like y'all not teaching them for real. Like, come on.
The real work starts in the locker room for y'all.
Yeah, literally. So I'm gonna say 6. I'm gonna say 5, 6. Mm-hmm. You just went off. But a woman can't be president.
Not even realizing that it is the women in your life, whether you were touched by it or not, or whether you saw it yourself, like with your own eyes or not, it was women that created the space for you to be yourself and for you to, like live in your truth and have safe space.
Yep.
And I even take it a step further and say, if you got that from a black woman, you were super privileged because she probably was pouring from a cup that she didn't have.
She didn't have.
When I think about all the black women teachers that I've encountered over my life, from elementary to college, that took the time to not only be teachers, but to be therapists, but to be mediators, disciplinary figures in folks' lives,
hairstylists. Come on, baby, let me fix your hair.
All of these things. But we can't trust a black woman. I don't care what y'all say. She black.
Yeah.
If you would see that silk press floating through the street on a random day and she wasn't running, you'd think, oh, that's a black woman. I don't understand. Now we're just picking that stuff, low hanging fruit, wrap the conversations up, cast the ballot or not, and if you don't, shut up. Like I'm at that point.
Picking low hanging fruit. What you said? Say it again. Low hanging fruit. Cast the ballot
or not,
shut up.
And if you don't cast the ballot, like, you don't twist your lips. You don't really got that much. Like, you can't complain about policies and figures, and you not.
She's going off. You going off. I love this. You going off.
Yeah, why are you complaining about something you didn't contribute to stop? Shut up.
Shut up.
I'm gonna get angry. I'm gonna get angry.
I'm not mad. You going off.
Like, you know that TikTok, grandma not mad, grandma just hurt.
Grandma not mad. Grandma
is mad. Actually, I'm pissed.
Grandma is mad, for real. You just really blew my mind because I didn't even think about the teacher thing. Like, for real. The teacher, the lunchroom,
which is
the
where we spend most of our lives
in a class room.
Like, and let me not even say most of our lives, because I know some of y'all didn't complete school. We can tell by the discussions we have online. I can tell. That was me being mean. That was not a call in. That was a call out.
Intelligence level is low.
I forgot where I was going with that. I was too focused on being mean. No,
I was just saying you blew my mind with that.
Oh yeah. In our core years, the years where you're the most impressionable, you spend in school.
Yep.
K through 8.
Yep.
K through 12 is what it's supposed to be, but these days a lot of people are dropping out, which is a conversation for another day.
Yep.
I'm concerned about that.
Yeah.
But K through 8, K through 12, you spend the most, like, Monday through Friday. You 40 hours a week.
Yeah, you 40 hours a week.
In the schools.
Easily. We didn't even talk about extracurricular activities.
And then, like, think about it like this. I've never heard, we always hear lunch ladies. Even the lunch ladies have an impression and an impact on you.
Literally. They make the whole experience. Honestly.
I ain't never said, the lunch man. No, it's the lunch lady. Ain't no man slinging me my peas and my milk.
I never heard the lunch man. I always heard the lunch lady.
It's the lunch ladies. We have all of these women that are impacting and shaping how we view society, how we interact with each other. And now it gets to the highest office in the land.
Yeah.
And now we all of a sudden forget K through 12, K through 8, all the women that have impacted our lives. Now I'm pissed. Shame on y'all.
I'm gonna be thinking about that all day. Really, for probably the rest of the election.
You probably find your teachers and call them.
Probably. I have great relationships with, like, all of my teachers still.
I'm not even kidding. That's community.
I'm not even kidding.
That's community.
Like, it's one teacher. She live in California. She's a white woman. Well, binary. Oh man, I don't want to get the pronouns wrong. They are a white person, and they used to be a white woman. But they really taught me how to step into my blackness. And I was in the 10th grade. And I will never forget them.
See? Impressionable.
Literally, I will never forget them. Like, when I say, like, they had me doing, like, debate club. Like, I don't know what they saw in me, but they saw something in me that then transformed into other things and, like, just really, like, poured into me. So that's one. And then my 10th through 12th grade Spanish teacher, I still keep up with her to this day. Love her. All the teachers that have made an impression on me have been women. Out of all the male teachers I named, when I see y'all, hey.
And don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
I've had some phenomenal male teachers. Like, my male professors in undergrad, like, they were really good. But I also had black women that I had conversations with, and I relate. Like, when I'm learning about African American studies, and I'm being taught by black women who have a lived experience of this intersectionality of being black and educated, and also receiving misogyny, like, it hits different. When I took seminar of African American folks, it was like it was taught by a black professor, one of my favorite professors. And that was one of our first discussion posts is why we need to be capitalizing the B in black when talking about black people.
Yeah, that's real.
That's why I'm like, yeah, everything is serious over here.
Serious.
Everything is racist, misogynist. Like, I keep it cute and I keep it contained because that subject matter is very heavy for some people.
Yeah.
But no, like, this is the Boondocks episode for real over here.
No, for real.
What's up, brother?
What's up, brother? Struggle is up.
Oppression is up.
Salami, eggs, and bacon.
Groceries is high.
That's real though.
Yeah.
For real. That's real.
Yeah.
Okay. So I got like 2 more questions.
Okay.
Dang. Dang. I need another episode. Okay, so for black women, if there was a younger black woman, what would you tell her? Or, I mean, obviously, what would you tell her if she wanted to enter this space?
I don't mean this to be alarming, but don't enter if you are not mentally stable or if you struggle with mental instability.
That's real. That is so real. And that's not even to be ugly. You really got to be built for it.
And let me actually not even say be built for it. You got to be prepared for it.
Prepared, yeah.
Because you think you know all of the elements of being marginalized. And you think you know how to identify microaggressions until, like, you in the thick of it and you feel betrayed, you feel hurt, and, like, the work still got to be done. Like, people still got to be engaged. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still have to go and show up and show out because we don't have the privilege of, like, half-assing. Like, that's not a thing. No, if you in the space, you are on your game at all times, forever on your pivot.
Yeah.
If you have bouts of, highs and lows, handle that. Find some good common ground for you before entering this space, because if you don't, this will eat you up, chew you out, and spit you so far down the road.
You wouldn't know what to do. That's real.
And that's coming from somebody that also does, like, I have a very, I don't want to say a hard time. I'm still finding ways to cope. I'm still finding ways to engage with myself and, like, self-care and stuff. And I'm right now, I'm burnt out.
Yeah.
I'm so burnt out.
Yeah. But I think we all have, I ain't trying to sound negative either, but I think burnout, it happens so often in this work.
Yes. This is the thing, and I have to remind people all of the time, just because I'm not physically doing stuff, even like if I'm doing field organizing, not on the field, if I'm like doing the logistics, it's still laborious.
It's still laborious.
And using my brain this much, even though I make it look easy, I know. Baby, I struggle.
Yeah.
I struggle. Yeah. And because you can't, I mentioned earlier how, like, there's all of these new imaginative ways to oppress us.
Yes.
Which means that we're constantly researching.
Yes.
I'm constantly looking stuff up.
Yes.
Like, is this
constantly
real?
Reading. Yes.
Is this what, like, and I'm constantly having to find solutions to modern day problems in real time.
Yes.
I'm getting back in therapy because like, you can't be black and in this space and a woman and, like, just be A-okay. No, you have to know when to disconnect.
Yes.
And ground.
Yes. Me and
you talk about that all the time, like grounding.
Yeah, that's why I be traveling so much, because it's. You
have to.
Keep me.
Because if you don't check out, like, this is gonna make you check out.
Yeah, for sure.
In the worst way. Check out and crash out.
Yeah, check out, crash out. spaz out.
We can't have mental breakdowns and bounce back like nothing ever happened. There's a track record. People are tallying up the mistakes Black women make in political spaces. Because once you reach that cross out, they're ready to throw you to the side.
Yep, throw you to
There's
the
no
wolves.
grace offered to us.
Yep.
Hate that.
Yep. Yeah. I do too. Okay, well, can you shout yourself out and give like where people can follow you and like read your Substack and how they can keep up with your future nail page because she always has the best nails ever. Like the best nails ever. How do you do it?
It's my thing. This is my form of creative expression. Actually, this is my real-time therapy.
Yeah.
It takes about 2 hours for me to get my nails done. I go and I talk with my nail tech. I've been getting my nails done by the same girl since 2018.
That's amazing.
A Black woman creative in Montgomery, Alabama. Follow her on Instagram, nails by j.nicole. It grounds me.
Yeah.
I'm in community with her, with the people in her salon suite. Like, it's just, yeah.
Yeah.
That's my disconnect. I can go in there and I could show her the craziest design and that be my outlet.
I love that.
It's
Absolutely.
either that or I'm going to get tattoos everywhere. And I can't do that.
Yeah. I can't do that. Yeah.
But y'all can connect with me on Instagram. Like, I shouted my nail tech out before myself.
The love is real. We know.
I love her.
The love is real.
If I ever leave, when I leave Alabama, I may have to pack her up with me.
Yeah, take her with you.
I'm not playing.
Yeah.
Who am I find?
Yeah. Dang, you know what I didn't touch on?
What?
You want to run for office one day?
Yeah.
I think that's so cool.
I want to run in for office for Alabama.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can I be on your campaign?
You're going to run my campaign. Khadija be acting like...
Yes.
She just
We're
don't
gonna win.
know.
We're gonna
She
win.
just don't know.
We're gonna win.
All the way. We're taking it home. We're bringing it back to Bama, baby. Hometown heroes.
Thanks.
No, I don't. So because I'm a Chicago native, Chicago is a pretty liberal city. They don't need me.
Yeah.
There are people that look like me that are from that are still living there, that are from there, that are doing the work. They don't need me.
Yeah.
Alabama needs me. I've been in Alabama for 7 years.
Yeah.
And I'll even take it a step further. The Deep South needs me. The Deep South needs us.
Yeah. Black women.
We need the fifth wave of feminism.
Yep. We do. Facts.
I just want to make it known that if there are ever people talking about fifth wave feminism after y'all listen to this,
it came from her.
Clock it.
Clock it.
Don't be no revisionist and write me out the history now.
Clock it.
Anyway, connect with me. Connect with me. My Instagram is Makayla _MAKHAYLA_. My Substack, hold on. I think. Don't laugh at me. I'm being a granny.
I want people to read that, honey. The Substack. She be going off y'all for real in real life.
My Substack is Max Thoughts, MAKS Thoughts, and yeah, that's it.
Wait, Max Thoughts. Oh, so you go on Substack and
you can just search it in.
Oh, I thought it was a website. Dang. Okay.
Yeah, you can just search me.
I thought it was a website. Google
or
her.
if y'all follow me on Instagram, it's in my bio. So.
Oh, that too.
Just
I would if I was y'all, I would follow her on Instagram.
Yeah.
Follow her on Instagram.
Because
What's your Instagram again?
MAKHAYLA_. It's my name. And it gets real political over there too.
It do. It don't stop.
Yeah.
What you said at the beginning? It's real serious over here?
It's real serious.
It's real serious.
I keep it cute, but struggle is up. Salami, eggs, and bacon. Do y'all know the price of butter? Goodie, I'm not gonna play with you.
You cannot. Well, I just want to say thank you for coming on the South. Got something to say because I got something to say. You got something to say. We got something to say. So
real yappers.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. This was fun.
Of course. All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.